Whenever someone asks what car should I buy, these same cars get recommended over and over again. And guys, listen, these are not bad cars, these are brilliant cars. But there's one problem no one talks about. Let me show you guys what I mean. So let's start with Toyota. The Fortuner, the Hilux, the Corolla, some of the most recommended cars in the country. And I get it, they are known for being reliable, parts are everywhere, and resale value is strong. But guys, here's the first issue with Toyota. You're paying a Toyota tax, and a lot of these cars are overpriced just because of the badge. The second issue with this car brand is that a lot of these cars are abused because people skip services and say, it's a Toyota, it will last. But guys, these new Toyotas is only reliable if well maintained. Then we have the Polo and the Polo Vivo, built locally in the country, parts are cheap. Everyone knows someone who owned a Polo. I mean, I owned a Polo prior, and guys, honestly, these are some of the most abused cars on the road because they are a lot of people's first car, Uber car, delivery car, you name it. And it's not as cheap as people think anymore because these are some of the most high-risk cars in the country, which means insurance can be expensive. So it can be a great car, but it all depends on the Polo's history. Now, Honda, the Civic, the Jazz, guys, these cars are known for having long-term reliability, smooth engines, but here's what people don't tell you. Just because it's a Honda doesn't mean that you can delay and skip the services, because if you do so, these cars will become less reliable, and to be fair, Hondas are expensive these days. So you're not just buying a car, you're buying how well the previous owner maintained the car. And honestly, new Hondas and Toyotas aren't as bulletproof as they used to be, so the longevity of the car all depends on how well you maintain the car. Now let's talk about Hyundai and Kia, like your Tucsons, the i20s, the Kia Rios, the Cretas. Guys, they have become one of the most recommended cars in the country over the last few years because they're modern, they're well spec'd, they're fuel efficient, they're reliable, and they're cheaper than a VW and a Toyota. But here's one thing no one talks about. Now, a lot of engines in a Kia and a Hyundai are not the same. Some are super reliable and some are very sensitive to poor maintenance. If you use cheap oil, driving the car hard while cold, skipping services, and they can be very expensive to repair. So once again guys, you're not just buying a car, you're buying how well the car was looked after. And guys, this is the issue. It's not the cars that we are buying, it's how we buy the cars. For example, in this country, you get people that will buy brand reputation over car condition. What I mean by that is that you will get people that will buy a worse condition Toyota over a better condition BMW because Toyota is more reliable. So there's one thing I want you guys to remember. A well-maintained, unreliable car is better than a neglected, reliable car. So guys, that being said, here's 5 key tips before buying any car. Number one, make sure it has a full service history. Guys, that's a non-negotiable. Secondly, fewer owners over brand name. You can't be buying a BMW with 5 owners just because it's a BMW. Thirdly, get a pre-purchase inspection. So go to a place like VAG in Cape Town to ensure that whatever car you're buying, it has no defects at all. And then number 4, make sure that the car that you are buying match the way you drive. So guys, what I mean by that, you can't be buying a 1-liter car if you're one of those guys that like to take on Type Rs and GTIs on a robot. And then the last thing, make sure that you budget for the first 6 months. So whatever happens in the first 6 months of ownership, you actually have the money in case something goes wrong and you can't afford warranty. So guys, keep those 5 key tips in mind before you buy any car. We want to know, why do people go for Kias, Hyundais, more reliable cars? Like, why do people recommend those cars over Audis, Mercedes, BMW?
I would say for all the people, maintenance and part-wise, it's cheaper to maintain.
Yeah.
And lower fuel consumption.
And lower fuel consumption, and it doesn't mind if they're going up and down to the shop.
Okay. So you say the main thing is the maintenance.
Maintenance, and I think it's also as a mindset of affordability. Because most people will think, okay, now maybe the cheaper and the smaller car is going to be cheaper to maintain.
Yeah.
Not knowing that small cars can, at the end of the day, also come down to one notch. You understand? People don't see it that way.
Yeah.
You take like the Kias and
Kias,
so on. Not all of it is always going to be out of the box.
Okay.
Because most of that is for your economic people, you understand? The people that is making that extra dollar to buy the fuel economy car.
So it's more expensive to maintain an Audi, like BMW?
I wouldn't say it depends on your budget where your maintenance is.
Because like I said, if you have a properly looked after car and you maintain it well,
Yeah.
you're not gonna have that issues.
Like
Okay.
this car, if you maintain it, it will
After
go.
wear and tear, you
That's
can't
key,
wanna-
actually.
wear and tear, you can't wanna put on in maintenance. You understand?
Okay.
Because you must expect something must break after a long while.
Yeah.
You can't just expect, okay, I'm gonna service the car.
Yeah.
That's it.
But what's the problem with Audi? Is there any like?
I don't think there's a really a major.
I don't think so.
Is it?
There isn't a main
Okay.
because problems is with any car.
But why do most people think Audis aren't reliable?
It depends how you maintain it.
Yeah,
I think most people look at the name brand and say Audi and they put it in the same league as your BMWs.
Yeah.
Of course.
The luxury.
Mercs, all those, and then they automatically go in their head and say, okay, but
Yeah.
it's an expensive car, it's
Brand.
going to be expensive
Yeah.
to maintain. But just like any other car, whether it's a Nissan or a Toyota,
Yeah.
if you maintain it, you do your regular checks on your vehicle, it's not expensive.
With my car, no, it's not more expensive to like service than a VW Golf.
That's what I was about to tell you.
Yeah.
Lots of people like at my work, they have lots of polos, the 1.6 and so.
Yeah.
And like when they talk about like maintenance and fuel, because it's in the same league, you pay the same
Basically.
price as the service.
Yeah.
You go to a bag spec place, you're gonna pay
Yeah.
the exact same as.
Unless there's like a specific part
down
for
to
Audi.
even down to your water pumps and such, it's in the same bracket.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not like outlandish when it comes to the Audi brand compared to your VW and you understand?
Yeah. Would you recommend an Audi to anyone?
Of course.
Is it?
Definitely.
And a BM? And a BM?
I wouldn't. I'm not gonna blame
Yeah.
the car. At the end of the day, I'm not biased.
That's how you maintain the car.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not gonna blame any car
Yeah.
because a car is a car at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But the drivers,
Yeah.
the mindset of certain drivers.
That's
What
true.
you- yeah.
Or the stereotype, yeah.
No,
the
that's true.
stereotype. Sometimes they hear like what the fuck, and they feel like, okay,
Yeah.
I have this big car, so now they want to try.
True,
You
yeah.
understand? And not everyone is capable to
Yeah.
to do those things because I
Okay.
mean to control certain cars in certain spaces.
Yeah.
It takes experience. It took them very long. You understand?
Who now? VW? Okay,
yeah,
okay.
For them to at least come by with the basics on the interior.
Center console.
Yeah,
But you know, the
I mean,
pricing of VW, they're getting close to Audi now. Like,
It's the same price league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're looking at it, at your polos and it's
Yeah.
you're in the
Okay,
same
yeah.
price league. That's
Yeah.
why I like people ask me, why would I then take an Audi over a Polo? I'm
VW.
like, bro, why would I drive a Polo if I can drive an Audi?
Yeah.
You understand? I'm gonna get a better quality car. I'm gonna get a much more reliable car in my opinion.
True, yeah.
I mean, if I'm gonna look after it properly, maintenance wise,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a much better drive.
Yeah.
And I mean, resale value on my Audi is in a whole better than a Polo.
that's some great advice, actually.
So-
It's kind of hard to go from Audi now to VW.
I wouldn't.
Nah, true.
I wouldn't be able to. Even coming from the S3, I can't go take a 1.4. You understand? I'm
True.
gonna hurt that car.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I had to at least at 1.8. I can at least feel the power if I put into the sport mode.
True, yeah. Ase. Safe drive. Ase.
So whatever do,
Yeah.
power can't keep up.
Someone do a group bug here, man. Yeah, okay, nah, lekker advice, man. But that's why I told the people, buy a car that match the way you drive. You
Yeah.
can't be buy a 1 liter car,
You're
but
gonna drive the hell out of it, especially
Yeah.
if you've like your first car or you've driven other cars.
yeah,
Like that had a bit more. You can't wanna now buy an entry level of maybe an Audi and now you wanna be like, nah, this car have no power. But you go to 1.4 and you maybe had a Golf GTI. You
Yeah.
understand? And you came to Audi.
yeah.
You just bought a new Audi, but you understand?
On a
Because-
different league, yeah.
Yeah, it's a different league. Now you wanna down the Audi, but at the end of the day, it's not in the same league.
League,
because
yeah,
if
true.
you wanna go motor-wise, and you wanna get much better performance when you wanna sit in an Audi.
Can you guys give like advice to the people watching the video here? Like when it comes to owning an Audi, buying an Audi, like, you know,
The best thing I would say is maintain it well.
maintain it well.
Also, before buying an
Before,
Audi, if
yeah.
you're not buying out of the box,
Yeah.
there is a lot of extra checks. Like I would have someone at least go do a
Full
scan.
service.
Yeah,
Pre-purchase
a
inspection.
scan
Yes,
on
yes,
that
yes.
car, so I can at least know internally
Yeah.
more or less also what I can expect.
Yeah.
Maybe if there is faults. You understand?
Ah, okay.
Because certain things,
Especially on second-hand Audis.
that's why I'm saying not everyone can afford to go to the dealership
True.
the first hand time. You understand? So
Okay.
most of I would say like 80% of people is actually taking that gamble on like, you know.
That's what I did with my car.
You're taking the gamble, so at the end of the day, you don't know what the car has been through,
Yeah.
how the previous driver has maintained it, how he has driven it. That's why I stay away from any car that is tuned, any car that has a cone fold.
Guys, that's key. That's
You understand?
key.
Because those are indications that that car has taken a beating in some sort. Because
Yeah.
if I tune a car, I want to feel what my money has paid for. You understand? I'm not going to
One
tune.
sign used to be back in the day when I used to actually buy and sell cars quite a bit.
Yeah.
I used to send cars to like dealerships, but the small cars like the
Yeah.
Hyundai Gets, under 8 those kind of courses.
Economic
Yeah, your A2Bs.
What bike signs used to be the most? The car is unlicensed. Number one.
Wow,
If you
okay.
if you
That's already a bad one.
Yeah, it's a bad sign. If you can't license the car, that means you can't maintain the car. And if you can't look after the interior of the car, what's the chance of you looking after the car?
The diagnostic is a big help.
Yeah,
You understand?
Is it?
100%.
Compared to you're not in a sumo now on 8 now sumo worry about like
Yeah. Because
understand?
everything
We
is
understand.
electronic on these cars.
Exactly, so
True, yeah.
that is a whole different ball game. Certain things that you just can't hide. So
Okay.
that's why I say you look on the inside of certain panels. Like,
But even also, sorry,
Yeah. No, you can.
but even with new cars, you can also say that there's certain engine parts that you need to look out for.
Easy.
Like for instance, my car, the B8.5 A4,
Yeah.
that's got an oil consumption issue.
Is it?
Yeah. So
I never knew that.
out the box, when the cars came like that, they had an oil consumption issue.
Wow.
So things like that,
You use a
you'd
bit
want to
more oil
you
than-
use a bit more oil.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what
And
I
you'll
also
find you'll be
found.
changing more often.
Is
so like
it?
things to fix that would be to buy a new PCV valve and like a bit of oil.
But that car of yours, is it reliable?
It's very reliable.
Is it?
I've had no issues with it.
Guys, that A4 right
It's
there.
just that its oil consumption is high. I top up oil once every 6 months.
Okay. So yes guys, these cars are recommended for a reason, and a lot of people blindly follow recommendations, and that's exactly how they lose money. So if you want to see a part 2 where I show you smart alternatives people ignore in the country, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. You guys definitely don't want to miss that one. So yeah.